16 years ago, when Ahmad Shari decided to move into the Sri Malaysia People's Housing Project or PPR in Taman Desa Petaling, Kuala Lumpur, his primary goal was to provide for his wife and 5 children with a healthy and clean environment to live and grow up in. Having spent most of his own childhood and youth in a kampung with limited amenities, Ahmad aspired to offer his children a better life. With 3 of his children now married and living elsewhere, the 65-year-old believes his decision to move into the government housing scheme over a decade ago was the right one.
Nampak sini orang kata baguslah. Sini pun masyarakat baik, bagus, tempat pun bersih, tak ada kotor, ada cleaner, ada apa, semua cukup sini.
While the PPR has its own shortcomings, Ahmad said he grew to love his home. He said one must learn to adapt and make the best of his or her situation and develop a sense of belonging to create a happy and vibrant living. This includes maintaining the cleanliness of the PPR.
Setiap penduduk mesti ada tanggungjawab kebersihan. Yang pertama sampah. Jangan dibuang mata rata depan rumah, tak nak ambil, tak nak buang, tak boleh. Kita kena buang. Jangan kita harap cleaner buang. Kita kena buang. Yang lain tu cleaner buat lah, macam sapu sampah tu cleaner punya kerja lah.
Another long-time resident of the PPR, Rajendran Raju, who shared Ahmad's sentiments, said every resident must also play a role in cultivating a sense of belonging. Studies have shown that feeling part of a community or group contributes to one's overall self-esteem, well-being and mental health. Feeling disconnected can lead to a sense of being lost and isolated, which is particularly daunting, especially for children.
Each and everyone have to play their own role. Like myself, I'm a registered counsellor, so I'm doing my service to just help the community, teenagers which having problem, and try to solve their problem. And whoever comes to me, like this community here, we try to give a hand to put them in a better way. I am really treated fairly as one of the penduduk di kawasan ni. So we really get whatever things we want. We are in a harmony place. Peaceful, no fight, no argue. Any problem, we got our own community here to solve it.
Rajendran further highlighted the importance of a supportive network, such as the PPR Sri Malaysia Residents Association and PPR Sri Malaysia Kawasan Rukun Tetangga. These groups, he said, provide a platform for residents to seek assistance in case of any issues in the PPR. For Mohana Priya Pathmanathan, who has been living in Putrajaya for 9 years, residents must also have a sense of responsibility to care for the neighbourhood. This involves contributing to the cleanliness, safety and overall betterment of the vicinity.
Okay, in our neighbourhood, first of all, we have to be aware of what we have around us. And if anything happens, any damages, I think as a responsible citizen and who are living around at the area, we have to be responsible to fix it first. We should have that initiative to fix it. And then maybe if you can, we can do report to the who are we supposed to report to, and maybe we can fix it together.
As for Labuan resident Muhammad Faiza Abdullah, a community will strive by being responsible and respectful towards one another and taking care of public facilities.
As a citizen in Labuan, I think we should have some responsibilities in our practice today, such as we should have our responsibilities in keeping our cleanliness in our town.
Sophia Sharina, also a resident of Labuan, says she hopes to witness the development of Labuan alongside Putrajaya and Kuala Lumpur.
Living in Labuan, being close with my family gives me a comfort zone, and being in Labuan here, it's all about its calmness, it's the food, the beaches. You don't really have to rush when it comes to time. Labuan is a place where I would love to settle down in my future, and that is why I really love about Labuan. Since Labuan is a federal territory, I would love to see Labuan develop together just like how Putrajaya and Kuala Lumpur is. Looking back at the facilities and the development, just like how the other 2 federal territories, we can actually easily differentiate between them and Labuan.
As the Federal Territories approaches its 50th anniversary, it is a time for celebration and reflection on the progress made in becoming responsible and civic-minded citizens of the city. Azman Abidin, a resident of Bandar Tun Razak, proudly reflected on his experiences growing up in different housing settings in the past 5 decades.
I was born in Kuala Lumpur. Of course, that I was live in squatters in 1972. Squatters in Pantai Dalam, of course. Also, I live in in public housing, so in PPR, and I still have a chance to live there. You see, so I also live in apartment. I live in condo. Also, I live in landed property. So I can feel that's the changing. So that wherever you stay, of course, in a certain segment of society, when you stay in PPR.
He believes in educating and raising awareness, particularly among the younger generation, about the importance of community engagement and civic responsibility.
Of course, the level of the mentality and their socio-economy is different. So what we need is awareness, educational for them lah. Not for only to maintain the cleanliness of their living place, but how to improve their economy, and they have to make changes themselves.
Federal Territories Day is celebrated in Malaysia on February 1st each year. It commemorates the formation of the Federal Territories of Kuala Lumpur, Labuan and Putrajaya, which are under the direct administration of the federal government. Over the past 5 decades, citizens of these 3 federal territories have witnessed and experienced various developments the government has offered. Although the federal territories no longer have a ministry, the restructured Federal Territories Department remains committed to advancing the prosperity and well-being of its inhabitants. While there is no doubt that residents are committed to creating a happy and vibrant living environment, it is essential that everyone play their part in creating a cohesive and harmonious atmosphere within their respective neighborhoods.